paint is it's easy to get on and it's easy to get off. I would say that everything else involved is more difficult. So mask, the vest, the boots, jeans, all the other little things are more annoying than just the paint. Just water-based. Maybe at some point I'll use a different style, but for now, it's good. So the new look happened out of necessity. So there's two things. Originally, the first mask that I had done, it just didn't capture everything to the amount of detail that I wanted. It was good for its time, but now that I'm moving on, I really wanted to capture the idea of the Seraph being in a human form. So that's a big part of that. For the music, I think you guys will start to figure that out as you read the lyrics and kind of see where this is all going. Everything has a meaning. Everything is intentional. But other than that, I don't intend on changing the look. I know a lot of bands, they like to say when they evolve, they change the suit, change the mask, whatever the case may be. The way that the Seraph is characterized in my writing, this thing is already good to go. It's an angel, right? So there's not many changes that I need to make. You may notice that my paint's gone from my left arm. That was intentional. That also has to do with the storytelling of Divine Grave. The reason why I use the black body paint is to cover things that I don't want people to see. And with this arm, I don't have to worry about that. So that's the practical reason. But the real reason is that hopefully people will begin to understand that the Revenant and the Seraph are two different things. And Grave is who is standing in front of you right now. One meal every day for the rest of my life. I think it would have to be something like Chipotle or Qdoba, something like that. Like something that's interchangeable but the same place. That way you can still get all the things you need in your diet, but change it up just a little bit here and there, right? So you don't want chicken, you go steak. You don't want that, go to something else. You can change your beans, whatever the case may be. But I would do something that's interchangeable. And being a musician, you kind of get used to eating the same things anyways. So when I'm writing music, I actually don't listen to a lot of music because I'm trying not to pollute my mind with things that may already exist. So I guess, when the music's done, that's when I become a fan of music again. And I like to listen as much as I can. But when it comes to writing, no, I don't really try to listen to anyone. I can tell you that on this particular album, I was listening a lot to one of my favorite musicians, which would be Moreau. Moreau is probably the biggest inspiration creatively that you may hear on this record. That's what I would say. I love that dude's music. And but other than that, I don't really look to other bands like that. I like to put out what I put out, and I'm very specific about those things. So I try not to listen to anything. Yeah, to answer your question, I do intend on doing shows. There's a very specific path that I have to take that I'm not going to share with everyone, but I do want to do shows. The other part of this, considering TikTok shows, maybe. I think I kind of think of my favorite musicians, my favorite artist, and look to see what they're doing professionally. And I don't want to be lumped in as a TikTok artist. So in some cases, I'm kind of hesitant to do it. In other cases, sure, but I'm not really sure. I would say I'm not really sure on the TikTok aspect. And, I like to carry myself a certain way, and I don't like to be associated with certain ideas or things. And I know that sucks for the fans, but there are other ways that I can carry myself and perform without becoming a influencer. I would say that any criticism positively impacts me. You can ask Flynn in our server. When people say things that aren't so kind to me, it only makes me better. That's probably the worst thing you could say to me. So yeah, I use everything. Good, bad, neutral. I use it all, and I don't really care. Also, I don't care. People who criticize me can't do the things that I do, so I wouldn't listen to them anyways. People that praise me, it's the same thing, right? So I look at it, it's all the same, and my biggest critic is often myself, and I like it that way. The one thing I'd want my listeners to know about me and my intentions is that this will always be about the music. I hope that me, myself, doesn't get bigger than this because it's not about me. It's about the music. That's why the mask is on. That's why the paint goes on, because the focus should not be on me. Anyone could be behind this mask, and as long as the music is thriving, then that's fine with me. So those are my intentions. My intentions are to put out the best music that I can, and as an artist who's failed multiple times, I want to kind of show that resilience, and also separate myself from others. So I guess I have nothing but pure intentions for this music, and I love to do it. I get lost in this, and I hope I can continue to do that. Well, because I'm independent, I can say whatever I want. But some of the things that, annoy me about the industry is, and it's cliche, I think everyone knows it, but the amount of fake, overcooked, overprocessed production in music, in videos, I would say the overselling of things, I'm not into that. I understand that social media is a great tool for people to grow, especially independent artists. But I also think that you can lose yourself in that. So you're never going to see me on a trend unless I agree with it, and I think it fits with Divine Grave. But I'm not going to do it for the sake of getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because that's what everyone else says you need to do. That's not something that I'm interested in. I think the other thing is just the overselling of things. I don't know if anyone noticed, but the first visualizer that I released for Tomb Wings was just me standing there, right? Zero stimulation, zero action, zero emotion, because I want you to feel the music. If I have to dance around and look angry and point at a camera that I set up on a tripod, that feels very ingenuine to me. And if you can't capture that in your music, it's almost like a bird fluffing its wings. It's just there to bluff. And I feel like the music is strong enough to where I don't have to do that. Some things that I've grown to appreciate. I would say that the industry's changed a lot in terms of how independent artists can survive. I'm learning so much even to this day. There's a lot of things that I have to do on my own, but those options are available that kind of weren't there before. So, I stay a little busier these days, but it's good.